Hello there, everyone. Welcome to a new Let's Play with me, your host, Tim. And today, we're going to play a little bit of, or a lot of bits, of Moonscars together. There's some prep here that you can skip by adjusting the slider up here on YouTube to the appropriately segmented spot, in case you don't care to listen to me prattle on just a bit about what type of game Moonscars is while we're playing it, any special rules that will be used as we play it together, and how far I've gotten it, assuming that I've played it before. And I guess we can start with the last bit to start, and then we'll come back up here to the main menu to talk about the rest. I have gotten up to the first boss in the game. Here is the world that I have so far explored. And I've been greatly enjoying this world. It's very strange. It reminds me a bit of, say, Sultan's Sanctuary, or Hollow Knight, or Dark Souls, for lack of a better other game to try to describe the world that I am in. It's a very dark, gritty world, and some sort of catastrophe has happened here, and the world is slowly, and its descendants and remnants of the civilizations that have lived here in the past are making themselves known to me as I venture forward in the story. I've made it up to the first boss in the game, and I did reasonably well, but he still beat me. And I decided that, I like this enough. I'm willing to give it a chance and record it, and we'll see if we continue playing it as we go forward in the next few videos. Moonscars, as you can see, is a platformer, and it would be similar to, say, I'm guessing, a Metroidvania. It's a game where we're fighting for a good portion of it, and I will probably unlock different skills as we go forward, which will allow us to double back and access other areas that may be off limits to us currently. Combat is fast-paced. Unlike some other, well, let's just leave it at that. Combat's very fast-paced. We'll have to manage our Ichor correctly, using it to heal, cast spells, and help us defeat the enemies that are arrayed against us. It encourages exploration as well. There's a bunch of hidden stuff where it seems to be some, at least resources, currency, that's strewn about and hidden from you. And there's several different types of it from what I can tell. There's a good amount of text in the game, and while the introduction seems to be voiced, most of it is not. So I'll be doing the reading for us as we continue, and I'll stop and read any of the items that we should pick up, which mostly consists of memories that seem to be encased within clay, which will make sense as we play this game together. For house rules, I'll try to avoid doing any farming in the game because I find that rather boring to watch, and also because I would feel compelled to do farming on screen if we were to do so. This way you would see that there's farming on screen. A good portion of this game, though, will also be me running around fighting things, so I will try my best to talk to us about what might be going on and so on as we're playing this game together. I'm going to record this game while I'm going to be recording my voice as I play the game, as opposed to, say, an RTS game where I would add my voice after the fact. As such, you should probably expect there to be probably a little more than I would like it to have to be silent, since combat's rather difficult at times. When I made it up to the first boss, I had been using the keyboard, as the game did not seem to recognize my controller. Then I remembered that I have my controller disabled here up on Steam, so I can play some games using the game's own inputs for a controller. So having re-enabled it, I can actually play this game also with my Logitech gamepad, which is what we're going to do. But it feels a little unfamiliar to me. Another reason why I wanted to start over, and then I figured, why not record it at the same time? Something fun for us to see together. And with that said, I think that's everything. So I'm going to go check out my voice, and if everything is coming out okay, if I'm happy with the levels, we'll be back to go ahead and start a new game. So give me a second. Alright everyone. I think my voice is coming out at an acceptable level. I'm not fighting the music in the game at the moment. Be aware that the narration that we're going to hear when I hit play and then select a new game save slot will be a little loud, but I think it'll still be acceptable. I did notice that on the player, where I checked my audio on, that it is exceedingly dark. I can only, in fact, see the reflection of us in the mirror here, and the back and hair, along with the left arm and shoulders of our heroine that we see here. But you should know that I can hear on the game, I can see actually the outline of the mirror itself and the tunic and leg, the left leg of our protagonist. As such, I'm going to wait to record the second one of these until the first one goes up. And if it's an acceptable darkness level to you guys, we'll keep it at this current level. If it is a little dark, I will go ahead and brighten it a bit, and then we'll record the second one, and we'll see if then it's acceptable level. Then if it's more acceptable for you guys watching. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and start. All things double as they approach the essence.
You never come to purr on my knees these days. There are so few naturally perfect things. My poor friend, you were one of them. Here I feel as lonely as only a god can be. I was rejected by those I had made. I shaped them in the image of man. Clay, bone powder, and a drop of ichor. Just that was enough to make something mad. You've been tainted too, haven't you? No, don't say a thing. They've just taken too much after humans, of our darkness and malice. Now they are all cleft with it. Maybe I am a god that failed. You're trying to soothe me. See, my loyal pristines should have returned a moon ago. None of the 8. Is that so? Yet Grey Irma lives. She can't be gone. As long as she lives, the communion is destined to happen. The moon will feed on them no more. For this will have to brave many, many moons to come. Shall we not, my friend?
Don't do this. I'm begging you. But his love for us has long withered, sister. Another pristine dying with so much Clayborns to hunt. So many Clayborns to hunt. Next time we meet, we'll meet as foes. That's my girl. Without you, I would find the sculptor. Oh, I'm bloody starving. The hunger fades away. I don't know how I interact with this. There we go. I will probably not read the tutorials. Only if there's something really unique that they say will I actually read from them. Having made the first boss, I think I understand everything that I've been taught so far. So, we have a charge attack, as you've seen. We also have a heal. I guess we'll talk a little bit about what we see on the screen at the moment. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll see two bars. The white bar is I'll call it my ichor at the moment, or ichor, as the sculptor had said. This is my effective soul, if I was playing Hollow Knight, and is used to cast witcheries, and used to heal myself. The red bar below that is my life. You'll see two squares down in the lower left-hand corner as well. Those are for my two spells I'm allowed to have slotted at any one time. In the upper right-hand corner is the amount of bone powder that I possess. That is a currency of this world, and seems to act a bit like souls in the Dark Souls series. We've seen that cat before. He seems to be interested in watching me for some reason. I can't make it up there to see him, though. We don't have the height required to jump. At Dark Mirrors, you can save Irma's progress, learn witchery, recover health, and Ichor. I'm gonna call it Ichor, because that's how... It's probably Ichor, he's probably correct. I've always called it Ichor, so I'll use that at least for this video. Dark matter from the mirror reflects dark corners of the kingdom. The game requires us at this point to go ahead and learn this witchery. We can then equip it by going to our character, selecting it. Oh, and actually, it's already placed it down into that bar. We can actually have multiple witcheries. And as you can see here, there's quite a bit to be had. There's also multiple levels for all the witcheries that are available. When I was playing the game, I took two and began leveling them. And I will choose the same two and level them here too, because I really liked them. The burst was good, and I also liked the poison ability over here, corrosive touch. So I'm going to go ahead and select those as we play together. We can warp, I think, here, can't we? Not yet. Okay, let's keep exploring then. The game wants us actually now to use a witchery to destroy this creature. Let's do it. Note that the Ichor in the lower left-hand corner is now at half its total amount. But it looks a little different as well. It is purple. We will learn about that soon enough. Hitting creatures restores your Ichor, and also turns it, if it was purple, it will turn it into white Ichor again. We have to use a witchery to break this. Oh, I did not realize that. We can attack this as well to refill our Ichor. Spoiled Ichor. Witchery spoils Ichor. Check blue Ichor on Ichor gauge. Irma can purge spoiled Ichor by hitting foes with her sword. Note, spoiled Ichor can still be used for healing. We can't use it to cast witcheries, but apparently we can still use it to heal ourselves. I'll try to avoid doing things until the game instructs us about it, but there's a handful of other things I know at this moment. Ooh, good hit. I like the lunge he did forward. These things look like zombies, or they're not quite their normal selves any longer. We can hold down A to make a higher jump. Or not a higher jump, but we'll grab onto a ledge by holding it down. Bone powder is acquired by killing enemies, but you can find batches of it, or pouches of it, lying around. Reminds me of the salt from Salt and Sanctuary. Note the spiked walls here. You can push enemies into these by either constantly attacking them and knocking them back, and there's a parry in the game, which we should learn about soon. And there it is. Throwback Gemstone. Pushes foes further away during charged attack. This is one... Gemstones are effectively the equipment, from what I can tell in the game. We won't have a different sword, as far as I can tell. I'm going to perhaps use a bit of a pun here, but I think we're using a claymore, for lack of a better word. To equip a gemstone, we go here, and then we can select it from this screen, and equip it in one of our amulet slots. This looks like it can be broken. It can be. More bone powder. Enemies are stunned for a little bit if you keep smacking them or parry them. Things. I have a memory of them. Memory mold, Clayborns. A memory of the Clayborn species, embodied in strange sort of matter, holds Irma's resentment towards their kin. Someone may be interested in this. The game has a little bit of a roguelike aspect to it. Although, it's not an Iron Man type of thing. As we continue to kill enemies, as long as we don't die, we will continue up until I think we get about 5 of them unlocked, be able to take small bonuses. The bonuses which are displayed to you are a little bit random. As you gain these bonuses, though, the game will become a little tougher to try to kill you, despite the bonuses that you are gaining. Still, we should always take them if they are available. Now, in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that we took that one perk. The bar above it is how close we are to leveling up again. The moon over there is also important to pay attention to, but we'll learn more about that a little later. All of the spite that we have earned will be lost upon our death, is what that is saying. All of these levers that you smack are effectively unlocking other shortcuts for you, so you can skip running through these areas again should you die. Ooh! One button, Tim. Spikes, as you can see, do a huge amount of damage to you, but they do not kill you if you're at full health. Still, we don't want to really fall down there again if we can avoid it. Oh, you have a ground smashing attack, is what the game wanted me to do here. We seem to be going through the remnants of an old castle, or a rather substantial ruin at this moment. Perhaps a temple, or some sort of museum, given the statues in the walls? Spite attracts spiteful foes. These Cleaveworms are much tougher, and their attacks do more damage. Spiteful foes have a red aura around them. It looks as if it's blood seeping from them. That's warning you that these are tougher enemies. We'll keep taking reduced witchery costs at the moment. Memory mold. Iker. Like the other memories, she will begin recovering these as she adventures forward. We'll find someone else who might be able to translate what's inside of them. Slowly getting the hang of the controller. $100 bone powder. Nice. More money. Have we been there before? The background makes it seem as if this... We're probably not... Then again, why are all the spikes here? The moon must be over, I'm guessing, the castle. And we're just venturing through the remnants of various rather luxurious buildings. Hello, cat. Hello? Huh. This one looks positively dreadful. Your shadow has sunk its claws deep into your flesh, Grey Irma. Your echorial gland smells broken and shattered. You won't get far in such a state. I know you, cat. Oh, the Grey Irma knows me. She must have been cleft really deep into her core, Master Zoran. Sculptor? Where is he? Where is my squad? This fidgety kitten. This is where I quit, Zoran. Stop! Speak to me, cat! A little bit of color is here. Red added to the black and whites we just saw. And apparently the sculptor is here. Zoran! Is it you, sculptor? What happened to me, Zoran? I had been on the quest, hadn't I? Did something happen between us? My guts ache like I've been put in a grinder. You're meowing too loudly, kitten. It's not Zoran. It won't respond. Ah, a cleft husk. Has this same grim face as Zoran himself. You poor, poor kitten. It may still be of some use. This husk can shape fine clay vessels for you. These strong bodies will help you slip from the clutches of pain, yet only for so long. You will get a chance to heal your wounds, Great Kitten. Just don't. I need this. Anything to ease the pain. That sounded rather ominous. This moon-forsaken place serves as a shelter to creatures Great Irma meets. Check the workshop halls for visitors from time to time. Even ones that we have met will have occasional things to talk to us about. This looks like a throne of some sort. The cat is right. I lost a lot of ichor. I can't fight in full force with the gland shattered like that. I have to cast a mold, which leaves me captive in this machine. Damn. I never thought I would end up becoming a Clayborn. From what we did, we get to choose a special secondary type of attack where we change our sword into something different. What's interesting is that the one I had been using is not shown here, so I'm gonna have to take a peek at these new ones now. I'm guessing this seems like some sort of... Oh, they all have a different special effect. Pierced enemies become more vulnerable to witchery. Get stunned temporarily. Move slower. Let's choose the harpoon. Looks like this might be a little bit of a range attack as well. The pain. It's gone at last. Yet... it's all numb now, like everything is reflection in a glass darkly. And numb you are. Matter is, You don't even have to be complete anymore. Nice feeling. Good feeling. Being bashed away from your own body. Now you are a clay mold. Clay beats flesh. All good. Yet at what cost? Just a vestige of your former self. A moth leaving its empty cocoon. A hungry thing, bound to this place, like me and my sister here. A fine vessel for things eager to slip away. Now go, find those forever lost to you. Yes, look for the sculptor, you clayhead. There is no ichor spent to make this attack. Its penalty is the long wind-up time. That is it. Okay, well, let's go back out there then. These will act as teleporters between different areas in the world from what I can tell. Interesting. It's like a boomerang. Build up effect duration, plus 30. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'll take it, and we'll see if anything special happens. Note that we lost all our earlier spite. We died when we entered that molding machine. And now, although we look the same, we created a copy of ourselves. This will make more sense if we get back to that one area we had just left. Can't make it up there, and we're not allowed to climb up through this. There's no grate or the like. Deep Wounds Gemstone. Increases critical damage. No reason why we can't equip it. Flyers. We can pick them off on the way down. Uh-oh. Nothing stops you, by the way, from farming it in the game if you so wish. I can actually see why it would be also very useful to do so, since the since the bone powder can be used to improve spells, unlock new ones, and purchase other types of amulets from... Oh, we haven't seen that yet. But we'll be able to purchase other types of gemstones in the Moonforsaken Sanctuary. Every special build-up has a unique build-up to inflict on foes. Use it to your advantage. That's a lot of little guys. You don't take any falling damage running onto the floor spikes, but you can, I think. Actually, maybe I just lied to you. You can take it just by standing in them. Oh, Tim. Just like in Hollow Knight, heal whenever you get a chance, because you will recover the resources required to heal yourself by continuing to beat up enemies. Let's see here. We'll take a 10% crit chance. 1 gland. A different type of currency. Bone powder and glands are what they are all that I think is all the currency in the game. I'm still a bit confused as to how glands are used at all for the game. Or rather, not how they're used, but what they gain you. Let's show you. You can reinforce any dark mirror Irma is resting at, warp between mirrors, and learn witchery. I can reinforce. So we can go back to the mold workshop, or stay here. We're going to stay here. And we can do this clay right, which takes glands, and I think it increases the chance. Oh, got you. Okay, I understand what I'm looking at now. Ashes. For 1 gland, we will gain a 50% increased drop rate to bone powder. I thought that said plus 508 bone powder, and I was unsure how that worked, because I didn't gain it when I had been spending glands. I thought this was 58 glands for 500 bone powder. I was like, no, I must be understanding something. Gotcha. As long as we don't interact with another mirror, we will continue to benefit from whatever we grab here. Before we take one of those, let's learn another skill. We also, if we have 3 glands, can attempt to gain a different special weapon. Now that I know that there's at least 4 of them, looks like there's probably 5? I can see why you might want to risk changing it. And glands don't drop that in often. It's not that. They are uncommon. You get them far less frequently than I would say bone powder. But you can get them from defeated foes. I'm going to go ahead and get us some extra bone powder. Okay. Let's move on. What do you guys think so far? I love the music with this setting as well. Very thematic. Enemies respawn when you interact with a dark mirror as well, which is why we see these things here again. Oops, wrong thing, Tim. We took some cruelty before. We'll take more cruelty. Oh, the cat was up there earlier, and we took what it was near. Wrong thing, Tim. That was the poison spell that I'm accidentally casting. Or corrosion. Which causes a damage over time effect to occur to the creatures that we hit with it. We've seen, I think, one of these before. These vanish after a few seconds. Yep, and literally a few seconds only. This is my corpse. Uh-huh. This means your shadow keeps biting your heels, kitten. The Celestial Mistress must be very pleased. I have to return to the Castle Apex. I need to see the sculptor. Oh, she always excelled in felling your creations, Sauron. Cut her some slack, will you? I get the impression that they're images that we're seeing, or a projection, and they're not actually there when they vanish after we communicate with them. Then again, maybe they just move on afterwards, and we just don't see them walk off. Clay tempered. Maximum health permanently increased. I don't think there was anything else up here, but let's quickly check. Nope. Nice, 200 bone powder. I think it's 3,000 to level up one of the skills that we have currently. I want at least a level 2 to our blast and corrosion effects. It looks as if there's a tunnel there. But I could be incorrect. We can mark a spot on the map. And we can mark a spot on the map if I actually hit the right button. But it looks like it is a dead end. It's probably not a secret. We can use some ichor to bring statues to life. The statues will fight on our side as like little pets for a bit, but they can't jump. They do things that the other things they don't. They act as the creatures that we are fighting. So if they can't jump, they won't jump. If you also don't bring them to life, they might become an enemy. Okay, we do take damage on the floor ones. Good to know. We don't want to interact with another mirror quite yet. We still want to benefit from our increased... bone powder collection rate. It looks like there's a secret there, so I'd like to make it there if we could. More bone powder. Looks like there's a secret there too, but I can't make it there at the moment. We'll have to go around on the other outside, on the outside of this building. One gland. Wow. Plenty of secrets all hidden in this area. Once we have 3,000 bone powder, we'll go ahead and interact with that. That mirror. Tim. Well, actually, we can't get back there quite yet. Let's keep going till we find a way actually to make it back there. hello? Are you a secret? Oh, you are. Outskirts roof key. A part of Outskirts rooftops was precautiously locked by local moon priest. Sadly, this couldn't have stopped winged Claibornes. This poor guy has like a rafter thrust through his stomach. Ugh, poor guy. What an awful way to go. Corrupted mirrors require sacrifices. After linking this mirror to the workshop, this mold would be discarded forever. In other words, if we decide we want to unlock this particular teleporter, we're gonna have to die to do so. Well, I don't remember. Why don't we do it and we'll see if we lose or keep our bone, powder, and glands. The doppelganger! It's awakened! Dark ichor boils. You've cast away your mold, but it refused to vanish. The void inside you growing bigger. Good. As if somebody took your face. And your powers, too. Go. Find it. Take back what's yours only. Yes, kill it. Prey upon your reflection. Or it will prey upon you, Irma. After a sacrifice, Grey Irma loses a special attack, and her discarded mold turns into a vile doppelganger. Return to the last mirror and take back your special attack. As you can see, we are still inside that machine. From what I can tell, Grey Irma is one of the pristines, but this version of her now is not as pristine as she was, and is flawed in some ways, which I think is why it spawned the doppelganger. And the version up there, I'm guessing, is probably more powerful than the version we are now using, but I'm guessing if she died, she wouldn't come back. So this allows her to constantly make new versions of her and send them out into the world. The cat says you're just a husk. I don't even know why I'm talking to you. He does sell other gemstones. We have enough powder that we can actually purchase some of these if we wanted them, but I don't think I need them. Not at this moment, at least. Some creatures that Grey Irma encounters may provide goods to exchange, which we just seen. What happened to the Pristines, Cat? My comrades. Chakran, Wanda, Lajos. The mistress snatched them with her claws. Are they dead? Yes. And no. Oh, Zoran, why is she asking me all this? You loved Claiborne Pristines more than humans, and your love condemned them. Tell me what happened! I need to know. You see, hunters became the prey. To her, you were just a herd she was about to shear. You should know this better than anybody, Grey Kitten. Well, while we're here, we have the salt to learn something. I'm going to go ahead and take another rank in Corrosive Touch. I don't actually know how this improves. I don't think it's the length of time it lasts for, but I think it's how rapidly it applies its poison. we now get to choose a portal that we want to go back to, but I get the impression we can't quite go back there at the moment. Looks like our doppelganger is waiting for us there as well. So let's fight back there. Let's fight our way back there. Interesting how the temple is called the Forsaken Temple? As if the moon is causing some troubles out here, and it is. And we'll see what that thing is, or rather be made aware of it a little later. Trying to parry a few times. Didn't even need the assistance, apparently. Time that, Tim. I just realized we were almost dead. Should pay attention a little bit. I also just remembered, we don't have our special attack at the moment. The doppelganger has it, because that was us. This new mold doesn't have what the old me had. More critical chance at the moment. I think it's extra. I think it's like double damage when you crit. But I actually haven't been paying attention to the numbers because I just love the look of the world so much. So it is true. My shadow came after me. I have what you had. I am you. No, you're not. You're just a forsaken chunk of clay. It's a lie. We both know it. The doppelganger stole this key from the space within the dark mirror. Why does my gland hurt? I've killed that thing already. You lost something important, Grey Kitten. Don't you remember? Your ichor got thin and weak. Tainted, just like mine. Every time you cast a mold, you pour yourself inside the clay. Your ichor imbues dry shell, makes it rise and stand on its own, a vessel of free will. And that is how your ichor leaves the body. That is how it avoids stagnation. Now it calls for you, from the skin that you shed and the shell that you rejected. Stray ichor commands you to kill what was once you. With every blow it returns to you, drop by drop, altered, restored, radiant again. Nonsense! That chunk of hatred cannot. When we reject something, we make ourselves incomplete. Thus, we all hate what we need the most. I don't. See, Zoran? Grey Kitten finally embraced her shadow. Things that she lacks, they return to her with doppelgangers. Violent, deadly things indeed. She struggles to recollect herself, yet instead she changes irreversibly. Every time she finds inside something new. What will the new Grey Irma be like, Zoran? I ask myself this over and over. Note that the cat is mostly a cat, except for one of its arms, which seems to be indeed clay. We could probably use a little more powder. So we'll take an increased powder drop for a bit. Hope we won't die right away. The items that you pick up, the secret stuff, does not return, but all the creatures will. Note that there's more of these spiteful creatures now than there was the last time. We have 5 spiteful abilities, and our spite meter is also completely filled. To counter correctly, you should wait until a creature is about to hit you. Don't really focus on when the eye glows. In case you did not know, because I don't think I read it, you can only parry attacks in which the creature's eye glows red. We do have the map. Anything that's important that we might want to go to will have a question mark on it. We don't see anything of that sort at the moment. We have the rooftop key. I see you flying up there. You'll often see me use the corruption against flying creatures. You can't remain in the air for very long, so being able to hit them and let the damage over time kill them is very useful, I feel. They usually are armed, from what I've seen so far, the larger ones, the thing that we just killed, with throwing spears, and they'll use them at range if they can. Clay tempered. Maximum Ichor permanently increased. Master, look. She's sheltering herself in a husk. Her new Ichor gland is made of clay, has no cracks. Yet. Indeed, easy way to avert the loss. Don't you dare give this mold any liberties, else it will turn against you. See, Master, I told her what you wanted me to, yet she just won't listen to some old cat. I get the impression that the cat is actually psychically speaking with the sculptor. Spiteful Spawn Gemstone. Always spawn spiteful Clayborns after interaction with clay templates or reassembling corpses. I don't know what it means to reassemble a corpse yet. I'm guessing that we can bring the dead to life, though. They are just clay that has been destroyed and hacked apart. Why not just reassemble it again? Since it is another gemstone, we might as well equip it since we have a third spot available for it. It's talking about when we interact with the statues that we see and make them an ally. I think we'll end this particular episode when we get to 3,000 bone powder again. We can take another rank of our blast ability. That seems like a good spot to probably end. That's going to be a little bit of an ugly battle, but we should be able to handle it. Especially if this one doesn't add to the fight. I haven't forgotten that the harpoon makes enemies more vulnerable to witchery. It's just I haven't really needed to use it as for such at the moment. I like that little desperate thrust they use. We have to go down. We're not allowed to leap through the ceiling there. Oh, Tim. I can't... Okay. That's silver hair that they have, and a dark face. I thought maybe that was some sort of, like, eagle head. But no. That's their hair. Interesting that they can fly. They must be hollow. Certain spells are more efficient for specific enemies. Learn spells like Chain Boulder to handle flying foes. I've already got by how I plan on handling them. Except for the one we use to get extra bone powder. Hello. We've seen this gentleman before. So beautiful, our moon. And you are no less as a beautiful thing, Grey Irma. Has anyone told you that? Under this gentle moonlight, you seem almost tender right now. Vulnerable. I've never seen you like that before. Or never had a chance to. I know. We've almost reached our destination. I wish we both would return to this place some peaceful night, Irma. Another of these delusions. Poison did them in. When I was here last, I did not grab that. That looks like a big trap. We can probably take it if we have max full hit points and afford to fall into the spikes. But it's probably... Oh, you know, it's probably just bone powder. I don't know if that's worth taking all that damage for and potentially dying. Oh, wow. They are really after me. Good. One down. Fortunately, that's all the Icar can use for spells. One more gland. Damage dealt permanently increased. I believe, from what we will be told soon, that every area in the game will have a max life, max Icar, and max damage up. So we were inflicting 5 damage on average with our weapon. Let's see how much we inflict now the next time we get a chance. Actually, we should probably go down this way. Let's try for it. 50 bone powder. I'm not allowed to interact with that one, apparently. Look at this gentleman. He looks like he has a massive mace on his back. Wearing a hat with a feather in it. I can see his beard and mustache from here, too. Name who you serve, woman. Look around, fool. No sane lord dares to claim this land in his name. Your people deserve this ruin. Name's Yarema. I'm in search for my little sister, a foreigner like myself. She was kidnapped by that royal scum king of yours. The old bastard is dead, Yarema, and has been like that for a while now. Yet my little sister is alive. She was held captive among courtiers. She had a chance to last through it. Years have passed, Yarema. Even if your sister is alive, she is no little girl anymore. Whatever you say. I'm heading to the castle to take her back. Curious. This is where I go as well. Take this. A lock of her hair never loses color. If you find her first, please aid her. Dark curl. Belongs to the girl captured by King Bastard a while ago. Item found. Memory mold of Yarema. Let's look at the map really quick. Yeah, it's a series of different buildings that you're going through. Okay. Well, up we go. Slowly getting used to the joystick controls, having just gotten used to the keyboard. I always prefer playing platformers with a joystick. It just feels so natural to do so. That looks incredibly dangerous. I doubt we'll be allowed up here. We've seen her before, too. She spoke with us while we were apparently knocked out at the beginning of this adventure. Why, you must be the one who came through the mirror. Maybe. Moon Priestess? Oh, I can't pronounce her name. It's Vladislava. Say, do you mind sheltering me in your abode, sister? Weird. How could you reach this far in Claiborne Domain? I wandered across the land, seeking someone who needs her guidance. I don't need guidance. Don't shut me out, sister. Aren't we all vagrants lost in her domain? Believe me, I am a good judge of character. I see that deep down you're as gentle as her rays. Fine. I'm not going to make you return to somewhere unsafe. Don't hesitate to reach out, sister. Looks like the remains of several Claiborne. Candles stuck here too. A small shrine, perhaps. Some foes are nigh impossible to defeat without witchery. Missed. Oh God. We're not inflicting any damage, but we need to hit him to get back our Iker. Woo! Second time I had to fight that guy. Oh, he's quite tricky. Now that we have the 3,000 Iker I wanted, we'll also attempt now to get back to the mirror. And on the off chance that we've been playing for an hour or so, this is probably a good spot to stop. So let's go ahead and learn. Blast 2. You know, I didn't even notice if we're doing any more damage. I assume I am. Let's warp back, talk to people, and then we'll end the session. And by warp back, I mean go back to the mold workshop. Oh, Zoran, that cracked husk of yours gave her a gift. Indeed. Explains why she is only half mad. The mistress beaked her tiny gray head. Hey, speak to me, cat. Go speak to your savior, kitten. He will enjoy the company. We don't have the powder to buy anything from him. May the gentle mistress bless you, sister. She also sells things, though she sells things for glands, not bones, I think. Wouldn't mind having a slashing dash gemstone. We can sell her maybe one of her others. Oh! I think she'll also take these memories, give us a little bit of powder for them, and also explain to us a little bit about them. Let's see how this works. So, memory of mold Claiborns. Let's see if we gain 500 powder or if it costs 500 powder. I see sell, so I'm imagining that's what's going to happen. It also says it may be of interest to someone may be interested in this, but it doesn't say the priestess. And maybe we should hold on to these, I'm not sure. So I think we'll give her 2 of these, but we'll hold on to Iker. Don't feel bad about killing those vile Claiborns, sister. Why? Doesn't your mistress provide for all living beings equally? Oh, Claiborns are no humans, sister. They are cleft since birth, yet this schism lies hidden beneath the surface. Sooner or later, the cleaving manifests, and a Claiborne loses it, goes mad like a rabid dog. Besides, those who invaded the castle had been Cleft a while ago. Now they wander blind, their skin and mind withered, moved only by their guts craving for human bones. They are vengeful things, not humans. They don't deserve to share this sublunary world with us, sister. We did gain 500 bone powder for that. Stranger Urema, you say? A heart of chivalrous knight in a body of a brute. Cares about his little sister so deeply. He came to this land for her even though his road ends in death inevitable. But why did he suddenly remember about his sister's existence after years of her being locked away, all alone? Where was Urema when she really needed him? Did he ever think of that, sister? The night is young, Grey Irma, but I want to sleep so bad. Alright guys, so we'll stop here. Thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the next one of these. Take care, everyone.